So I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen all the new building features in Ark Survival Ascended, but for those of you that haven't, I am here to make a video on that and pretty much just share my thoughts on how I feel about the changes and all that stuff. And I honestly think they are really cool changes. So let's go ahead and let's get started. So one of the changes they have made to Ark Survival Ascended is not a building change, but this could go hand in hand with you building, but this is actually more a crafting change. So if you go to an item, let's say a stone foundation, and you right click on it, you can actually see that it says here track. So when you click track, you can now track how many resources you need for a specific item, which is really helpful because sometimes it gets overwhelming. Like let's say there's 5, 6 different items that you need to craft something, and yeah, sometimes you just forget. I know I do quite a lot. So yeah, now it tells you how many resources you need, so you can go around, farm all the stuff you need, and voila, you can now craft it. And then obviously you can remove it from your screen as well. So I think that is a pretty cool feature, and yeah, like I said, it's not a building feature, but it goes hand in hand pretty much. So yeah, let's move over to the next one. So since when you're building you start with foundations, we are going to start with foundations now. So let's select the stone foundations, and when you click to place a stone foundation, or any foundation as a matter of fact, the normal thing is that you can rotate your foundations, but now you can actually move them up and down, which is really handy. I don't even think S Plus or SS had this option. I know that S Plus had a specific thing that you had to craft and then use that thing to place down. It was like a whole long story, but yeah, now it's pretty much just so straightforward. You can just move it up and down as much as you want. So I think that is really cool. Okay, so I'm going to place our foundations. Do I want them high or do I want them low? Let's make them the highest that we can. Because there is something that I want to show you about the foundations, which is pretty cool. Okay, so I know that this is a S Plus and an SS feature, whichever mod you prefer. Pretty much the same mod, but anyway. So when you're placing foundations in, I think it's in the vanilla Ark, we're gonna have to place some more. Do we have to place more? Probably. Okay, there we go. So I think in the vanilla Ark, before being able to place, so you wouldn't be able to place a foundation like this. It would basically show up red, and your foundation wouldn't be snapping at all. So yes, this is pretty much just like S Plus and SS, where it's snapping now, and it's giving you the option to place foundations at the bottom, or just go ahead, ignore those foundations at the bottom and place some at the top here, which is pretty cool. That is definitely a S Plus and a SS feature, which I really liked. So I think a lot of you are going to be happy with that change. I know I am, because kind of means I don't have to install S Plus or SS. The only reason why I would install those mods is for the glass, you know, the glass walls, the glass ceilings and all that stuff. But oh, and then the pickup and you know, those things that the S Plus has. But for this specifically, I wouldn't install the S Plus mod, because yeah, it's basically in the game now, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so I don't want all these foundations in our video, so we can go ahead and we can now pick them up, which is also a S Plus and a SS feature, where you were able to pick up items. I think later on in Ark Survival Evolved they added this feature to Ark Survival. Did they? To the vanilla game? I don't know. I really don't know, but I heard something about it, but I never got to that. But yes, instead of having to demolish items after a certain amount of time, let's say, I think it was what, 30 seconds or something, you had a minute, I don't know, there was a timer, and you had to pick those things up before the timer ran out. And well, now you can pick things up, which is pretty cool. It makes life a lot easier. So the next thing I want to talk about is the crafting of certain items. You no longer have to craft, like, let's say 10 different things just to make a building. You can just craft a few things. As you guys can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different things for the stone structure, but there's a lot more involved to it. So what I mean is, let's quickly type in stone. What I mean is normally you would craft a wall, and then you would craft a window wall, and you would craft a doorway, and you would craft multiple different things. You would craft a left and a right slope. You would, like, it was crazy. You had to craft everything specifically to that. And yeah, you no longer have to do that. So I am going to should I work with a little bit of wood here? Yeah, let's go with some wood. So let's place down some walls, and as you guys can see, if we click R, we can toggle through the different options. So as you guys saw, we have a wood short doorway, and then we have a wood doorway. We also have a wood double doorway. We have a wood window wall. So instead of having these 10 different things crafted in your inventory, you now have one thing crafted. So you'll have one wall crafted, and you can do all these multiple things with it, which is really, really handy. So let's build a few walls here. I'm going to build them in wood, obviously. Let's get ourselves a window, and then let's get ourselves another wall over here. And then I kind of want to just add thatch into it because yeah, I think the thatch looks really cool now. I'm not gonna lie. I know I might get a few judgments for that, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Should we build a door here? I don't know. Let's build a window there. That's fine. There we go. And voila, let's do it on this side as well, and then do that, and then do that. I don't know if you guys are noticing that snapping objects to objects is really not as irritating as it was in Ark Survival Evolved. I find it so much better in Ark Survival Ascended. But anyway, that's my opinion, and you guys let me know on that. I think once you start putting ceilings and stuff like that, you'll start noticing what I mean. But anyway, so the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about before we go on with all the other items that we can craft, do you guys see that the ceiling is higher than us? So in Ark Survival Evolved, you would build 2 walls up, just so that it's not as cramped and crowded. But now in Ark Survival Ascended, you don't have to, which is really cool because, yeah, that takes away all that crafting that was so unnecessary, but so necessary at the same time. So now you don't have to craft 2 walls just to make pretty much 1 wall high of a base. Now you just make 1 wall, and it's 1 wall high, which I really, really like. So I'm just going to add some stairs to our base, and as you guys can see, all I had to craft for that was a stone roof and well, stone roof, ramp and stairs, and then when you start placing it down, you can just toggle through all the options, which I really, really do like. We're going to go with a spiral staircase. Why not? Make it look a little bit fancy. And then I guess let's put some wood walls here, and then we're going to put ourselves a doorway over here. I don't know what kind of doorway I want. You know what? I'm going to do that, and then I'm also going to do this. I'm not going to use this doorway, but I just want to show you guys something on this as well. Let's put one of those doorways there. Okay, so showing you something on this. So normally you would craft a double door, or you would craft a single door, and you don't have to do that anymore. So if you craft a stone reinforced door, or any door as a matter of fact, it counts as whichever door you need in that current time for these small buildings. I don't think it counts for using a door in a big dinosaur gateway, but yeah, we'll get to that other stuff later. So when I go ahead and I place this doorway, you guys can see it's giving me the double door, and then if I move over here, it automatically changes to the single door. And I don't know if you guys noticed that, but also it now changes to a window when you go to the window. So that is really, really cool. I like that feature. It helps a lot because sometimes you craft a double door and you needed a single door, or you craft a single door and you needed a double door, and then you still have to go and craft windows. It was just a lot of crafting involved. Now you just craft one thing and voila. That is so cool. I really, really love it. Okay, but let's quickly pick this up because we don't need this here. It's going to make our base look weird, and then you guys are going to think I'm weird. So yeah, let's not do that. Okay, done and dusted. So I don't know if this is a cool feature or not, but it is a feature, and I don't know, it really doesn't faze me. But have you guys noticed that you can actually now rotate your ceilings upside down? So instead of having, you know, the wood pieces from a stone ceiling like that, instead of having them at the bottom, you can now have them at the top. So I don't know, is that a cool feature or no? I really don't know, but I mean, hey, sometimes people like building their bases inside out, so I guess that is a cool feature. So there's quite a cool bunch of building features, but I think this one is really, really cool. So pillars. Instead of having to place, well, instead of having this one sort of pillar, you guys can see at the bottom of my screen there, we can actually press R and rotate the pillars. So now we can actually do something like that, which is really cool. So before it was just that you could place them straight from top to bottom. You could place them like that and that is it. But now you can actually place them sideways, which is I don't know. I honestly really, really like that feature. I don't know about you guys, but that's going to make us build some really cool things. I cannot wait to see what people are going to be building. So yeah, I think this has changed the Ark building scene a little bit, or a lot maybe. Can pillars really change the Ark building scene a lot? I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. So remember how I was saying you don't have to craft all these different items, and I mentioned the left and the right slope walls. Yeah, you don't have to craft left and right anymore. As a matter of fact, you can't find something like that, left, right. Yeah, it's totally gone because you craft one thing now and it acts as pretty much everything. So I'm going to quickly pick up this wall, and then I'm going to show you guys what this building piece does. So I hope I will be grabbing, yeah, okay, wood sloped wall. Let's grab that, and as you guys can see, it just toggles to whatever you want it to be. So if you press E, you're obviously going to flip it, but yeah, if you just go over to the next building, it will just automatically go to the left slope or the right slope, which I think is really, really cool. And then also it can now be placed upside down. So this could be a little bit irritating because it doesn't always work the way you want it to. As you guys can see, I'm struggling to get it to be upside down on the opposite way of this way. This way, there we go. Yeah, it just doesn't want to work with me at the moment, but that's the first irritating part that I found. But anyway, so that is pretty cool. You can go ahead and do something like that. I guess then you could actually do something like that and you have a different kind of wall. So there's your normal wall and there's a different wall now. So that is pretty cool. I didn't even notice that when I was messing around with the building. So I like that. So tell me if this was a thing in Ark Survival Evolved. I really don't think it was. But building like short walls, so as you guys can see, wood, quarter wall and railing. So I know the railings were a thing. Let's just go to the railing. I knew they were a thing, but I don't think the like maybe half walls, but the half walls came about when you had to like place railings and then you had to place a wall and then you had to remove the railing, and I don't know, it was just a big roundabout just to get what you want. But now you can actually just place these short walls, which is pretty cool because you can now make a different kind of looking wall. Instead of having that wall, you can now have this wall, which is kind of like a window. I like that. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know if this was also a thing in Ark Survival Evolved. I really don't think it was. I'm pretty sure about that. But anyway, I could be wrong. So, there's another cool feature that I really, really like. Did you guys know about this one? The storage boxes. So let's go ahead, craft some storage boxes. And let's place one right over here. So, you can now snap your storage boxes to each other, which is pretty cool, and you can stack them on top of each other, so you don't have to have all these storage boxes lined in the way over here. So imagine this whole wall just being lined with storage boxes. You can now just stack them if you really want to. So I think that's a pretty cool feature. I don't know about you, but of course, let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so now this is a cool feature. I'm gonna quickly pick up these storage boxes. Pick up. Okay, so talking about snapping. So let's quickly go with the smithy. So I know a lot of people, including me, would place things against the wall, and if they were skew, you would pick it up and replace it as straight as you possibly could. Which got a little bit annoying because it was time consuming, and if you didn't place it right, it would mess with the OCD. And yeah, a long story short, some people found it irritating, but now you can actually just snap items. So it actually snaps to the foundation, as you guys can see. I can't put it in at the side of a foundation, it's in the middle, but obviously you can turn that off. So now the smithy is free to go wherever it wants. But if you guys see there, you press E to rotate, or you hold E for full alignment mode, and when you go over to a wall, as you guys can see, it's like pretty much sliding. Do you guys see that? It's sliding against the wall, so that you could place it against the walls like straight, which I honestly like that. So that is going to make building a lot less tedious for me, I guess. So as you guys can see, it's straight. It's right up against the wall, and it's straight. It's not sticking out. It's not too far in. I really, really like that. So let's quickly do that with the forge as well. I'm going to hold E again. So normally in Ark, you would have this situation where you now have to kind of just figure it out and then place it, and then hope it's close enough to the wall, probably pick it up because you know it's not close enough and you're wasting space and blah blah blah. But now we can just hold E, again, there we go, and it will do it for you. So let's do that, and ta-da, it's right up against the wall. I don't know, I like it. I really, really like that feature. And then let's try it with the bed, a sleeping bag. So that also like just snaps onto the side. You don't obviously have to do that. If you really want your stuff to be free, you can have it free, or you can snap it. It's totally up to you. I would probably be snapping it because it just makes things look a lot more tidier. So yeah, I really like that. I don't know why. Am I weird? Maybe. But that's so cool. Like it makes it so much more fun to build, doesn't it? I think so. Okay, so I used to find opening doors in Ark Survival Evolved a little bit irritating. They had these weird sounds. It was like such a sharp, weird, squeaky sound. And although it still has like a squeaky sound, it's not bad. Like I like it. It's really, really soft. But anyway, so let's talk about the big dinosaur gateways. These are the doors that irritated me the most. And if S Plus had that option where it automatically opens, oh my gosh, did I lose it. I hated listening to those doors continuously opening when I walk past them. But anyway, so yes, let's go ahead, let's build ourselves a gateway, and then we can build ourselves a door. There we go, ta-da. And if you listen to it, it's nice. It's it sounds normal now. It sounds like a door. I don't know how. Let me know in the comments down below if I'm weird. I'm probably weird, but I don't know. It really sounds good. Like, listen to that. I'll stand here all day just opening and closing this door because it doesn't sound so horrible on my ears. But okay, so another feature about the gateways and the whole snapping thing is I remember wanting to place gateways. Like, you would try and build a base with gateways and you would try and build it straight, and it never came out straight because look at that. That is a perfect example of that. But yeah, they never came out straight. So now you can just use the snapping feature, hold Q to snap, and it will snap automatically for you. So now it's going to be straight, which is so amazing. Why is this amazing? But yeah, I think that's a pretty cool building feature. And then there's no gaps between your gateways. There are no, I don't know, it's just, it makes it so much more fun, doesn't it? Or am I wrong? I think I might be right, but I don't know. That's my personal opinion. There was one more thing I wanted to talk to you guys about the pillars, which I completely forgot about, but let's quickly go over it. Let's open over here. Let's close that, because we don't want random dinosaurs roaming in our base. But there's no dinosaurs here. But anyway, okay, so let's build some roofs here. So let's go ahead and do that. Why am I building in thatch? I don't know. Good question. But it's nice, I suppose. And then let's do that. So yeah, now we have some roofs up. And the really cool feature that I like about pillars is obviously we can now place these pillars over here to make it look a little bit more fancy, which looks cool, right? I like it. I think that's gonna make, seriously, I think a lot of these building features are gonna make buildings look so much nicer, so much tidier, and I think the community is gonna come up with some pretty creative things. So there is one last thing that I want to tell you guys about, and it's picking up stuff. So we spoke about this previously, where you can now pick stuff up. But I don't know if you guys remember, I'm pretty sure a lot of you do. If you picked something up and there was something above it or in its way or something, it would break. Because obviously you've picked up its the main source of the foundation or whatever you want to call it. And the top piece would break. But now it doesn't happen at all. So I am going to start picking up a bunch of stuff. I'm going to pick up that foundation. Gonna pick up that foundation, pick up that stone pillar, pick that up. No, I wanted the foundation. There we go. Let's pick up that. Did you guys see that? It added the wood pillar that was above. I'm gonna quickly do it over here. It added the wood pillar that was above the stone pillar to my inventory as well. So instead of it breaking, it just puts it back into your inventory, which is really cool. So, I don't know, let me quickly try do this. Excuse me, Mr. Turtle, I'm busy here. This is my base. Can I get in now? Thank you. Let's pick that up. And then this. I guess we can pick this up too. And then we could pick this one up too. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick that up, but maybe if I go into my fly mode, I'll be able to do that. Let's just pick this up, and pick this up. And as you guys can see, all of those items just added to my inventory. And because they were just, you know, in the air, freely in the air, not bothering anyone. So let's quickly do it over here again. Pick up. And then it just adds it all to inventory instead of breaking it, which is such a cool feature. Like, damn, I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, I like that. Let me know if you guys like it, or any of the changes as a matter of fact, in the comments down below. And yeah, let me know what you don't like, I guess, and what you do like and what you wish they would add. And I don't know, go wild, go free, go crazy in the comment section down below. But yeah, that is it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Cheers.